Your day doesn't begin with silence. It starts with sound, with the vibration of your phone on the nightstand. Even before you open your eyes, the world already demands your attention. News feeds, work chats, other people's stories, their successes. It's your first breath of air, and it's already tainted by the hustle. And it only escalates from there. A schedule packed to the minute, meetings that can't be canceled, projects that were due yesterday. We run to catch up with ourselves and call it productivity. We've collected hundreds of contacts, thousands of followers. We can connect with anyone on the other side of the planet in a fraction of a second. Yet, at the very core of our being, we feel isolated. This digital connection is merely an illusion of closeness. We broadcast our lives, but we don't truly share them. We like, but we don't truly love. And this is the price we pay. This incessant hum isn't just background noise. It's an environment hostile to the spirit. In this clamor, faith cannot breathe. It doesn't die suddenly, with one blow. It slowly fades like a plant deprived of light. Its quiet voice is drowned out by a flood of notifications and deadlines. This isn't a conscious rejection of God. It's a slow, unconscious displacement of Him from our lives, filled to the brim with things that seem urgent but aren't truly important. And one day, you stop amidst this chaos and realize that inside there is absolute silence. But it's not the silence of peace, it's the silence of absence. And in this emptiness, peace does not grow. Indifference grows. It's a slow cooling that you don't even notice at first. Initially, you just open Scripture less often. Then, prayer becomes mechanical, a set of memorized phrases before bed. Then, you stop feeling His presence in everyday things. This isn't rebellion, it's just weariness. Imagine your heart is a garden God once entrusted to you. Fertile soil, ready to receive seeds and bring forth life. But you're so busy you have no time to tend it. And so the weeds of busyness, notifications, deadlines, others' opinions, begin to proliferate. They don't just take up space. They drain all the nutrients, all the moisture from the soil. And gradually, the earth beneath them hardens, covered by an impenetrable crust. It's no longer a garden. It's a patch of petrified, cracked earth. Ask yourself, honestly, when was the last time you heard His voice, not through interference, but with absolute clarity? When was prayer not a list of demands to the universe, but a conversation between two hearts, where you listened more than you spoke? When did you stop to pull even one weed from that garden, instead of just rushing past, promising yourself you'd get to it later? This drift isn't a pause. It's a movement towards a place where the soil of the heart turns to stone. Forever. This condition has a name. The Scriptures call it hardening. And it's not a loud rebellion, a challenge thrown at the heavens. It's a quiet paralysis of the will, a deafness that sets in gradually. Today, if you hear His voice, do not harden your hearts, says the author of the letter to the Hebrews. He doesn't say tomorrow, he says today, because hardening is the disease of delayed yeses. It's thousands of small compromises when we choose the easy over the right, the convenient over the true. And we think we have time. We tell ourselves that this stone in our heart is temporary. Just weariness, just a difficult period. But Proverbs warns, whoever hardens his heart will fall into trouble. And trouble doesn't come like a thunderstorm. It comes as silence. First, we stop hearing His whisper in the everyday. Then, His voice in Scripture. Then we stop discerning good and evil with the clarity we once had. Spiritual hearing atrophies, and with it, our conscience. The joy of prayer is replaced by a sense of duty. And then it disappears entirely. The heart that once burned becomes cold and heavy. It still beats, it still pumps blood, but it's no longer capable of feeling his touch. This is spiritual death, not a cessation of existence, but a cessation of connection. You are alive, you breathe, you walk this earth. But the main thread that connected you to the source of life has been severed, and you didn't even notice when it happened. But this stone is not a sentence. There is a promise given thousands of years ago through the prophet Ezekiel. I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. I will remove from you your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. Notice, he doesn't promise to repair the old one. He doesn't say he will chip away at this stone drop by drop, hoping to soften it. He speaks of a complete replacement, a spiritual transplant. He offers to take what is dead and give back what is living. Something that can feel again, something that can love. He doesn't mend your desires. He grants new ones. This is not a reward for your efforts. It is a gift. The invitation already lies on your table, among bills and to-do lists. It's an invitation to a feast. Remember the parable of the king who invited guests, and they refused, citing urgent matters. One bought land, another oxen, a third got married. All that was the very noise that drowned out the call for them. But the feast was not canceled. The king simply sent his servants into the streets to invite everyone, the lame, the blind, the poor. Those who knew for certain they didn't deserve the invitation, but desperately needed it. And here he stands before you. Not with reproach, but with this invitation in his hand. He doesn't ask why your garden is overgrown with weeds. He offers to enter his garden. You need only one thing, to admit that your heart is stone, and to reach out your hands to exchange it for a living one. And at that very moment, as your hands are almost outstretched, the most dangerous voice whispers in your mind, the voice that says, tomorrow when I've sorted out my affairs, tomorrow when things get easier, tomorrow when I'm better, more worthy. But that is a lie. Tomorrow is the cruelest deception we sell ourselves to justify today's paralysis. You don't have a contract for your next breath. Your heartbeat isn't an automatically renewing subscription. The only real time you have is now. This pulse beat, this moment while these words are being spoken. Everything else is an illusion of control. Look at everything that seems important to you today. The report that needs to be submitted, the bill that needs to be paid, the conversation you're avoiding. In 100 years, none of it will matter. Dust. But the decision you make this second will echo in eternity. It is the only choice that will outlast you. So don't delay. You don't need fancy words or rituals. He doesn't need your vow to become better. He needs you, just as you are. Just tell him right now, wherever you are, in the quiet of your heart, I am tired. I can no longer carry this stone. I give it to you. My broken, cold heart, take it. My empty hands, fill them. My life, full of hustle, I give it to you. Do with it what it was meant for. I am yours. This isn't a prayer to become good. It's a prayer to become alive. And if these words are yours, say them with me. Not for me. For him, Father, I stand before you. And I admit, I have allowed the noise of this world to drown out your voice. I confess that I traded you for empty things. I gave your place to a phone screen, to others' approval, to the chase for what will crumble to dust tomorrow. I sought life where it isn't found, and found only weariness. I built my life on the sand of my own ambitions, and now I feel everything slipping away from under me. Forgive me. I ask you, crush this within me. Break this stubbornness that makes me try to control everything again and again. Erase this pride that whispers I can manage on my own. I cannot. I can't. I no longer want to pretend to be strong. I want to be yours. And here I lay everything at your feet, not just a part, everything, my time. It is yours. My talents and ambitions, use them for your purpose, not for my glory. My relationships, my fears, my future, about which I know nothing, take them. I am no longer the master of my life. I give you the keys to every room of my heart, even those I am afraid to look into myself. Come in and bring your order there. Teach me to live from this day forward, not for the temporal, but for the eternal. Give me the courage to value what is unseen. Give me the strength to choose you every day. Let every step I take, every word I speak, every beat of my heart from this moment serve not me, but you. Let my entire life become an answer to your call. I accept your gift. I want this new heart. I want to be alive.